Hi guys, and welcome to my review of the Ryobi 40 volt weed trimmer. Now, we will go over the specs and weight, but first things first, I wanted to show it in action before you guys made up your mind. Now, remember, when doing yard work, safety first. Wait, scratch that. This is a Jack Farmboy video. Badass 80s soundtrack first. Don't believe me? Look how lame this is without it. Let's watch it with it.
Stripes, but you know he's clean. Oh, don't you see what I mean? Gotta get away, holy diver. Yeah. That shiny diamonds, like the eyes of a cat in the black and blue. Something is coming for you. Race for the morning. You can hide in the sun till you see the light. Oh, we will pray it's alright. Gotta get away, get away. Between the velvet lies, there's a truth that's hard to steal. Yeah, the vision never dies.
Alright guys, and welcome to my review of the Ryobi trimmer. So you guys saw some test footage. We're going to kind of go over some basic specs, what you're getting when you purchase this thing, and then we're going to kind of kick the tires a little bit, final thoughts and impressions. This isn't going to be super in-depth review. Reviewing tools isn't exactly my forte, but this cuts stuff, so yeah, let's review it. Alright, so what you're looking at is the expanded version. This rolls in at about $100 to $120 at Home Depot. You have the option for 5 other attachments. We're not really going to go over that, but you know, you've got edgers, blowers, and all that. This is what comes with it, so we're going to look at what's here. So what you're going to start out with, you're going to get your main unit here. This is just your electric motor with your shaft attachment there. And here's your shaft. You can see it's got the head with the bump adjustable string feeder. It uses OAO string. You've got your 40 volt battery, which is nice as it has a life indicator on here. Ooh, wrong side. So if you ever need to check the life on your unit, you can. There's gonna be a lot of unit and shaft talk in this video, guys, so I expect you to all be mature. All right, so that's your battery. You're gonna get the guard here for the trimmer, which you can see it's been used extensively and very heavily. But I mean, I recommend using it, guys. Be safe. We got our battery charger here. Comes with some extra string, which I don't know if I've actually changed the string on this. Maybe once that I have. Some safety instructions. We're actually going to do a 10-minute tutorial on the safety features of. No, we're not. Warranty, general care, maintenance information. So this is what you're getting here. It supposedly has a 5-year warranty and then a 90 days no questions asked return policy. So this whole package comes together with the unit assembled. Everything weighs about 10 pounds. So you're going to be carrying 10 pounds. My super scientific method of weighing myself without holding the weed whipper and with holding it is how I determine that. So probably about 9 to 10 pounds. Your overall length once assembled is 64 inches from head to tail. And like I said, your price is at about $100 to $120. So let's put it together and then just do some initial thoughts and impressions. All right, so we've got the trimmer all assembled. And at this point, I kind of want to acknowledge that I understand that there's a stigma about battery-operated power tools and stuff like that, and lawn equipment being one of them. So it's kind of why I wanted to do this review. I wanted to go over that with you guys and kind of put some stuff to rest maybe, and maybe highlight some of the things that are associated with that. But all right, so we have it together. You're getting a lot of different good carry options here. This is a very adjustable. You can change the head swivels. You can turn it that way, turn it that way. It's got a 4-point pin system. You can adjust this way, that way, that way. This handle, you can go up, down, left, right, A, B, start. Maybe not. Some of you guys might get that. Anyway, so you're getting pretty good ergonomics. It carries pretty comfortably. Like I said, they did a good job placement of where everything's at as far as length from handle to throttle. Everything sits pretty good. As you can see, there's the safety feature on top with the throttle on the bottom. You have to press both to engage it. Use of this, one of the nice things is there's not a lot of vibration. It's fairly quiet compared to a gas-powered trimmer. Your battery life, so far I've noticed, they say 2 to 3 hours. It's not quite true. Part of that is because I'm still adjusting to this throttle, where when you're done trimming, just let it go. I'm used to the gas-powered, where you kind of just feed it a little bit of gas to keep it going so it doesn't stall out. You don't have that with that. Now, if you practice that smart throttle control, you are going to get a little bit, but I've noticed 1 to 2 hours of battery life with this. So overall initial impressions are pretty awesome on this thing. You know, I don't have to mess with gas. I don't have to mess with mixing things, air filters, stalling out, things like that. So I'm going to show a basic task that you would do with a gas trimmer, and I'm going to show it with this. It's going to be going around a flower bed, and I think this does a pretty good job, if not as well as the job of a gas trimmer. So let me roll that in here. Okay, so you've just seen me kind of complete that task, and like I said, I think it did just as good of a job as a gas trimmer. Now, this isn't going to be for professional landscaping crews or anybody who's clearing swamps or really heavy, thick brush. You know, it's not your high-end steel, but I think this is for your everyday guy. You know, someone who has, you know, 1 to a few acres, who does basic stuff, trimming around garages, flower beds, so on and so forth. I can't see a reason that if you're doing basic stuff, you wouldn't have this. You know, what's nice is it's easy to start, it's lightweight. The lady of the house could use it if she wanted to. I mean, mine hasn't, and if you're watching, you know, take that into consideration. But yeah, you know, there's no pull start, there's no choke, none of that you have to play around with. No mixing gas. You know, you charge it up. I've gotten it charged in I think about 4 hours. It gets a full charge. You know, don't hold me to that. That's just kind of going off the top of my head. I just kind of pulled it out recently this year, and you know, I've had it for over a year, and I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. It's very comfortable holding. You have lots of different options. It's quiet, low vibration. You know, you can probably get about 2 hours out of this if you're not doing heavy whipping and you're just doing your basic whipping. And when I say heavy whipping, I mean some of the stuff that you saw in the test footage. With constant heavy whipping, I would say just about an hour, maybe a hair more, if you practice the smart throttle control, which is where you're letting go as soon as you're done trimming the area that you're at. And then another thing, which is kind of a nice little feature, is since it does have that immediate just start and stop action, if you're coming across something where you get tangled up in something, say you're whipping a fence row and there's a piece of wire or something sticking out of the ground that gets caught up in the head, you let go immediately and it stops, and you can take care of whatever thing that you have to take care of. And I've come across it a couple times, you know, where I get caught up in something, or if I need to stop, it stops right away. So overall, I've had it for a year and I'm not going back, guys. It's a pretty nice package. I know there's some other brands out there. I would say stay away from them. Do your due diligence, do your research. By no means am I an expert on lawn equipment or power tools, but this was something that I felt was a product that I've used that I wanted to share with you guys that I was really happy with. I would say stay away from your Black & Deckers and stuff like that. Read some reviews online, you'll see why. But I would say check this out. I believe it's got a 4-star rating across the board. So Yeah, it's a product that I'm really happy with. I know there's probably going to be some stuff that I completely missed on this, and like I said, I'm not a professional tool reviewer, but you know, I do want to share some different things with you guys, seeing as I kind of have like a small town country lifestyle. So there's going to be some guys that might want to check into this stuff, but you know, if you have to whip the yard, it's a Sunday, and you need 2 cycle gas, and you got to take that time to drive all the way to the store, get gas, make sure you've got your mix right, come back, fill it up, you know, give it a little bit of choke. You got to prime it. You got to sit there and pull start it for a couple minutes. Then you got to whip and hope you're not stalling out. This takes care of all that, guys. So overall general impressions on the Ryobi 40-volt weed trimmer is good. Now I'm going to put a little poll up here in the corner, actually. You know, I'm interested. What do you guys call it? Is it a weed whacker, a weed trimmer, a weed eater? Um, I know there's a lot of different names for it. I call it a weed whacker. That's essentially what I call it. It's called a trimmer on the box. Some call it a weed eater. Some call it a weed whacker. So I'm going to put a little poll up there and see what you guys say. Take the poll if you're interested. I'm just curious on what everyone actually calls this thing. Seems like it has a lot of variations on the name. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you thought. If you say, hey man, stick to knives or stick to camping, yeah, all right, cool. But if this was something you're interested in, and you know, maybe in the future as I come across these little things here and there, I'll pop a review in every once in a while. So but main focus is still the other stuff. Wanted to share something with you guys. So everyone have a great day, have a good weekend. For all you guys who have Father's Day coming up, this is something maybe that you could throw on the list. Have the old lady throw it on there. So have a good one, guys. Take care.